Joe Hopkins here, and today I'm talking about budget guitars. It's guitars that aren't a lot of money, that are a lot less than the big brands, with premium features, the kinds of features you would expect on guitars that cost a lot more than these, right? This is becoming a common thing these days, where you have a lot of guitars that are inexpensive but still really good guitars, and they're putting better stuff on them, which I really appreciate, given the fact that what a lot of people do with the seriously inexpensive guitars that are well built is they would change out a lot of the parts and hardware on it and electronics and all that kind of stuff, mostly because they're good guitars, but a lot of the parts are kind of iffy, right? You put better parts on your cheap guitar and you have a really good guitar. A little bit of work, a little bit of setup, a little bit of fret filing, and this guitar is as good as anything else. But you don't have to do that so much anymore. In the last 10 years, the game has changed. This is a guitar that I bought a while ago, right? I think it was, at the time I bought it, it was like $300 and some dollars. It was between $300 and $350, somewhere in there. I didn't go looking up all the prices today, but it's a Harley Benton. It's my SC Custom FR, and this has some of the features that are showing up on inexpensive guitars now, and I'll show you. I'm going to go through a couple guitars to show you the different stuff they're putting on it. Now, of course, if you're looking for something particular, go around to the different budget brands and just look around. Look at the list of features on different guitars, see what they have on them. You might be surprised, because I only have a couple guitars I'm going to show here today. But there are a lot of them that, excuse me, there are a lot of them that have different stuff on it. Like this one has something that they've been putting on budget guitars a lot in the last 10 years or so, and that's Alnico 5 pickups. These are the Roswell pickups that you get on a lot of Harley Benton guitars, but you can get this version of this guitar, this model, with EMGs on it. Thomann Music sells those. They didn't when I bought this one, right? Or I might have bought the EMGs. But that's a nice option. Good pickups are good pickups. EMGs are good pickups. And you can get them in this guitar, or you can get the Roswells, which I find are excellent pickups. There's absolutely nothing wrong with them. This one also has some other rather premium features on it. It's got Grover tuners. Pretty nice stuff, too. It's got these really nice strap locks. These are good ones. It takes a minute to get the strap on because you have to unscrew it and then screw it back together. But once that strap is on there, it ain't coming off. These are excellent. If you're going to be playing this at a gig or something like that, you really want it to stay on, these are a good option on those. It's got coil splitting, something that more and more guitars with humbuckers have. And it's got Floyd Rose, hence the SC Custom FR. It's got a locking Floyd Rose tremolo, and not just a floating tremolo, a Floyd Rose tremolo. There was a time when if you got a floating tremolo, on an inexpensive guitar, it was some unknown brand, no-name brand, unbranded. This is a Floyd Rose. It says Floyd Rose right on it. It's not the high-end Floyd Rose, but it's still a Floyd Rose, and it works excellently. It's an excellent guitar. For the price, these are some good features, along with excellent fretwork. Harley Bentons all have pretty damn good fretwork. So cheap guitars in the past, a lot of times you get sharp frets, uneven frets, high frets. Not so much anymore. Everybody's really stepped up their game. There's a lot of competition in that $100 to $500 market, right? In there where budget guitars are. That's what I consider budget. You're buying a guitar for between $100 to $500. What most of the serious competition starts at about $200. But there are some good guitars between $100 and $200. But let's say $200 to $500, there's a lot of competition. Then you have brands like Slick, right? This is from Guitar Fetish. What I really like about all the brands from Guitar Fetish, because they have a couple, they have excellent pickups. Guitar Fetish has their own brand of pickup, GFS pickups. And they're really, really good. And they're quick plug, right? So as long as you buy another pair of quick plug pickups from GFS, you can change them out if you want. So that makes it easy as long as you're sticking within the GFS brand. Makes it pretty easy stuff. But the reason why I show this one is it used to be really good relicking on a guitar would cost a lot of money. But the relicking on this is relicked, and it's done really well, actually. Guitar Fetish also sells parts, so a lot of the parts on this are their own parts. And it's just built really, really well. The relicking is done really well. Relicking is something that a good relicking job used to cost money. But now, you know, this guitar was $200 and some, you know, and it's a good relicking job. And it looks cool too. I like the swamp ash. I like the textured kind of light finish on it. I just think it looks cool. But the pickups are relic, the hardware is relic, and it looks convincing. It looks like a guitar with road wear on it that's been around a little while. And that's cool, right? I've never been real big on relicking, but I like this. I like the job on this one, right? Something that, like I said, you used to cost a lot of money, and some companies still charge a lot for their relicked guitars. Now, not everything at Guitar Fetish is relicked really well. I'll give you an example. SBS guitars, also sold by Guitar Fetish, but the relicking job isn't terribly convincing. It's not my favorite, but they also, when I bought this was all they had, was this type of model with the relicking job. Now they have models that aren't relicked. I would have got that, but you have things like roasted maple necks on these rather inexpensive guitars. I think I spent, again, like $300 and some on this. And once again, it's got a Floyd Rose locking tremolo, which is nice, right? Coil splitting. Yeah, it's got the coil splitting. This also has the GFS pickups, but what I find interesting, like I said, a lot of places offer the Alnico 5. Alnico 5 is such a popular option. Alnico 5 pickups. Everybody has them, right? Unlike cheap guitars the way they used to be, where you were getting cheap ceramic pickups, right? Now you get better pickups. What I liked about this was I could get it with Alnico 2s, which have a bit of a different flavor to them. Now, you can get this with Alnico 5s, I believe. You'd have to check. I'm pretty sure they have them, but I got this one with the Alnico 2s because I saw it was an option, and I thought that was pretty cool. Not everybody offers that. You don't see it as much. Some of the bigger brands offer that kind of thing, but it's cool to see an inexpensive guitar that's well built with pickup options, you know? Alnico 2s. Most of I got it just because I didn't have that, and I like the way they sound. I really do. I really dig it. I've heard that Slash prefers Alnico 2s. I didn't get it because of that, but I wanted to try them out, and I like them. I really do. Options like that are another thing you're seeing on a lot of inexpensive guitars these days. You know, you would expect them to just everybody go with the same thing, and because it's easy, right? Alnico 5s, everybody does it, but nice to get something a little bit different. And here's my Firefly. Firefly guitars have really stepped up their game, right? This is the second Firefly I bought. I own 2 of them. My first one I liked. This one I love. I mean, absolutely love. I don't think it has coil splitting. No. It'd be cool if it did, I guess, but, you know, but this highlights a couple things that you're seeing on inexpensive guitars these days. I think I spent like $250 on this, but check out the finish, right? That sparkle. I've noticed it doesn't come across on the camera as well as it does in person. It's a really stunning finish. And you're seeing that on a lot of inexpensive guitars now, where they do really cool finishes, really eye-catching stuff, and they're really well done. It's not a cheap finish. It's not something that you're ashamed of, you know. It's well done. And Firefly is one of those companies. They have a lot of really cool finishes. I really liked Hard Luck Kings too, their finishes, but they're out of business now. They had some really cool colors, some really wild stuff. But once again, you know, you got roasted maple neck, right? that's a feature you're seeing more and more. I'm not that concerned about that. That's mostly looks. I care with the neck. I care more about how it feels than how it looks. But some things Firefly is doing that a lot of other companies have started to pick up are these ball end frets. The fretwork on these Fireflies has improved dramatically. They were already good. They were good frets. Don't get me wrong, but now they're really something else. And something you're seeing on more and more budget guitars. Locking tuners, which I also think is pretty cool. I like that. I like the locking tuners. That's a nice option to put on a guitar. And you're seeing stuff like that more and more. And there are options that I haven't gone over. When you buy a guitar, when you're looking at these brands, you really have to look through their list of options and see what they have on it, what you can get on it, what options, how you can spec a guitar out. A lot of times they'll have, several different listings of what looks like the same guitar. Go through it. Go through those listings. A lot of times they have different options, like with the Harley Benton. One has Roswell pickups, one has I guess they're Harley Benton El Cheapos, and one has EMGs. And you can look through it and pick which one do you want, how much money do you have to spend. I know the SC Custom, they have a version with the hardtail, and they have a version with the Floyd Rose. So you can go through and pick what you want. But that's just a little bit of just going over some of the stuff you can get on these guitars these days. And some of them have more of these options than others, and it might change the price a bit, but like with the Fireflies, they're still really inexpensive, but with locking tuners and ball end frets, and that's some nice stuff. And some of the Fireflies, you really have to go check their website and look, because they get different stuff in. It changes, right? At different times. And they don't always have the same finishes, and they don't always have the same options. And sometimes it changes. Although I think all of their stuff has the ball end frets now, which is nice. I like these frets a lot. So when you're looking for a guitar, don't think you have to spend a lot of money to get premium options. You don't. You can get premium options on inexpensive guitars. And with modern manufacturing techniques like CNC machines and whatnot, they can produce pretty damn good guitars consistently at a very affordable price, right? And they can just pump them out, which is why for a while there, like I said, people were buying the inexpensive ones, which are well made but have cheap parts, and then changing the parts out. Well, now a lot of these guitars are well made and they have pretty good parts. There's less to change out. Like with this, you might change some of the electronics, but it's already got really decent locking tuners on it. You don't need to change those out. The finish is nice. You don't need to, you don't need to worry about that. It's got excellent frets. The neck is great. That's less work to do if you're modding it. And if you're not modding it, you just simply have a better guitar with better parts on it. So yeah, keep that in mind. When you're guitar shopping, you can get something that's pretty close to what you want and has the options you want and still not pay a lot of money. And we're, like I said, we're talking under $500. And a lot of these guitar companies are just making such good products. When I started buying these guitars 5-6 years ago, they were just starting to put this kind of stuff on the cheaper guitars. And I've just been so impressed at how far they've gone and how much better these things have gotten in the last even 5 years, right? I can't wait to see what these companies are doing next, how they can up their game even more. This is a very competitive market, right? The $200 to $500 range for guitars is very competitive these days. More and more people are playing guitar, more and more people are buying guitars, and more companies want a piece of this. And it also gives people like me who don't have a ton of money the ability to collect guitars, which is awesome. So there you go. There's my thoughts on things. Happy shopping, and I love you guys. Peace out, baby. Bye-bye.